Welcome everyone. Welcome. My name is Mark Fuller. This is TeamAlliance. And I have an educational video for you today. A very interesting one, actually. Hope you all are doing well. They're claiming it's supposed to rain today, and I'm hoping that it does not while I'm outside. When I'm in the house, I can care less. But let me get into my content for today. At what point do you realize you are trading at the professional level? At what point do you realize that you're trading at the professional level? And I'm thinking about that's what I want to title it and how I want to frame that question. At what point do you realize you're trading the markets professionally? It'll be one of those two. At what point do you realize you're trading the markets professionally? So many people that I've spoken to have a tendency to ask all the same questions. It's amazing. There's a long list of questions that people ask, and it's like, I know that it's not the case, but it just feels as if everyone asks the same questions on the list. And I can go on and on and on. Like the questions are endless, which makes for very good educational content that I can offer, because the answer to these questions are going to be very helpful for you if this is something that you're looking to do. Now, at what point do you realize that you're trading at the professional level? Make sure my mic is on point. All right. And the answer to that for me, I did a training, not a training video. I did a video recently. It was an educational video where I talked about the different phases that a person goes through, an individual goes through when they're learning this skill, learning how to navigate the markets, learning how to interpret the markets, and their training. From the point that you start to the point that you are in position to actually execute, there are 2 or 3 phases in between that you're going to go through. 2 or 3 phases. And those phases are really things that you cannot shortcut. The phases are things you must go through because it's part of the evolutionary process for you to grow into a profitable trader. And if I recall, the first phase was the learning phase, the educational phase. Second phase is the training. And then the third phase is the proof. Each one of the phases takes you time. I can't tell you how long each one will take you, but I do recognize that there are multiple phases that you have to go through in order to ultimately achieve the level of professional trading that you want to, if you want to be profitable and do this consistently, whether it's part-time or full-time. Some of you want to do it for a living like me. Some of you want to do other things and do this as a part-time thing. Either way, you're going to have to be committed to the learning phase, to the education phase, and to the training phase in order to put yourself in position to execute at whatever level you want to. For you, those of you that want to become full-time traders, I'm sure that your level of execution is high. You want to create a 6-figure income, multiple 6-figure income, maybe 7-figure income. And the potential exists for that if you're trading the markets, period. It's like, oh, well, can you make that much money in the market? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The key to it is becoming one of the few that do it successfully and who are consistently profitable. That is the key. That's the difference between everyone else who does it or attempts to do it and you. You have to know that what you're looking to achieve is something that very few people are doing. Being consistently profitable in the market is not something that everyone's doing. There's a small group of us consistently profitable in the market. And through, my educational content, TeamAlliance training, you guys are being exposed to not only information, but to an environment where the very things that you need to learn the most are what's reinforced on a daily basis. And you know what I'm going to say. Patience and discipline. I hope this video ain't running out. Oh no, I got time. Patience and discipline. I can't reinforce that enough. As much as I talk about it every day, people still, even myself, are not patient enough. Even me. I admit that. I'm not going to exclude myself from that. My execution is solid because I commit to the training and the reinforcement on a daily basis. So by the time it comes ready for me to actually execute in the market and to take trades, I'm ready to go. Profits. It's not that I can't lose. It's that I often avoid losing because I know and I'm in tune with the market so well that it's like breathing for me. I don't have to think about it. I just do it. And that comes from the reinforcement every single day, even when the market is closed. Like today's Saturday. Market ain't open. What am I doing? I'm making a video talking about what we're going to do when the market is open. I'm creating more educational content. You guys think that this is just for you. I watch my videos more than any of you do. Because I know that I need to preach to the choir. And if you don't know what that means, it means that you're hearing something over and over again, but it seems like you don't need to hear it because you hear it so often, but you actually do. You actually do. So the repetition, the reinforcement, all of these things are part of that learning and education phase, that phase one. The phase two part is where you're training. The training is another level of it. A more intense level of the reinforcement and the repetition, the reiteration of the same information. When you guys, get into TeamAlliance training, the framework and everything that we do in the market is the same. We're all doing the same thing, looking at the same market. The key to it is to do it as often as possible. Train all the time. Training videos, live training, group chat. Right now, we're in the group chat talking about what videos we're watching for training on a Saturday. Committed. This is part of the phase that we're in. If you're in the training phase, you have to be pushed all the time. That's what the training does automatically. That's what we do for one another automatically. We hold each other accountable. Anybody that I'm talking to in the group chat, my first question is, what are you training? What training are you watching right now? And as soon as I ask the question, they already got it on deck what they're training on. And if it ain't training, it's educational videos. If it ain't that, it's one of the one a day challenge videos. Whatever it is, we're constantly feeding ourselves to reinforce everything that we know that we want to execute when it comes time to engage in the market. And when you don't do it like this, then you wonder why you're not consistent with your results. This is why the 95% of people who lose. They're not willing to commit the time. They're not willing to commit to the phases. So again, this leads me back to what I was saying about the phases again. So you got the learning and the education phase, then you got the training phase, and then you got the execution phase. The execution phase is where you prove everything that you're training on is actually working. The only way to prove it is to do it. Be consistent. Take trades only when the market presents the opportunities. That's what it means. Consistent. And it's very powerful. And at the same time, you know, it's very cumbersome. It's very repetitive. It could be boring for some people. Oh, another training video. Oh. There are training videos right now that I've literally watched like 200 times. The same one. And every time I watch the training video, I get something different out of the training. And then people are, they always ask me, well, how are you able to be so consistent in the market? It's because I don't stop training. I'm constantly in the training phase. I'm never going to leave the training phase. So even though I'm executing and I'm consistent and I'm profitable, I know that the reason that I am consistently profitable with my execution is because of the training. So I stay in the training phase. This is how you know that you're at the professional level. When you can't think of anything else other than training to become better at what you do. Ooh. Woo! That was it right there. I'm going to have to clip that. Man, that's a nugget. That's a nugget right there. I'm going to clip that and put that on Instagram. Some of the stuff that I say, you know, is not just relevant to trading. We're talking about life. This is for anything that you want to do. You have to commit. You cannot do stuff half-assed and expect to have extraordinary results. How is that possible? What part of the game is that? And where in the world does that happen? Where you do something half-assed, but you get full-blown results. Where does that go on? It don't. You got to be all in to get the all-in results. So anyway, at what point do you realize that you are trading the markets professionally? When you cannot do anything other than train. That's the point that you realize that you're trading the market at the professional level. When you know that your training is automatic like breathing. Your training is not a question of if you're training. It's a simple question of, am I training at this very moment, or will I be training when I finish doing this activity over here? Am I going to train while I'm doing it or right after? These are questions that I ask. I'm like, all right, well, when am I going to actually plug in and listen to this training? Now or after dinner? And it's like, well, Mark, that's obsessive. Why would you want to listen to it during dinner? Because I can't think of anything else to do. I'm so focused on becoming better at what this is that we do. And I don't want to miss out on the opportunity to get better. And I know that it comes through the training. I know that it comes through the repetition and the reinforcement, just hearing it over and over and over and over and over again, seeing it over and over again. I know that it comes from that. So I look forward to it. When I wake up in the morning, before I even go into the bathroom to brush my teeth and shower, I already have the training playing. There's a video playing of some type. I'm doing something. I ain't even brushed my teeth yet. That's the level. That's how you know that you're at the professional level. And again, this relates to anything that someone does at a professional level, at a high level. It's all they do. You got to understand, there's no difference between what we do and what LeBron does. How do you think LeBron trains? How do you think he trains? He's obsessive. And that's why he's great at what he does. There's not a lot of LeBrons. There's not a lot of Jordans. I'm just using them two as an example. I can't really think of nobody else right now. what's the other guy from the ones that just won the championship? I know y'all basketball fans will be mad at me, but whatever. Y'all know what I'm saying. Anybody that performs at a high level, there's not a lot of them. Think about that. So if you want to be the one who performs at a high level, you got to do the things that nobody else is doing. No one trains like TeamAlliance does. Like it's obnoxious. It's like, well, damn, Mark put out a video every day. Yeah, it's automatic. It's nothing for me. As much value as I'm putting in the video, it's nothing for me to do it because I have to do it. I can't help it. Something has to be addressed. Somebody asked me a question, got to answer it. Somebody had an Ask Mark anything question, I got to respond to it. There's frequently asked questions, got to put one out. Oh, I traded this week, documented it, one a day challenge. Oh, it's Sunday night, live training. Monday night, live training. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, live training. Look at how my life is structured. So when you see the result, you don't have to wonder. You see what Mark does. So anyway, I know I like to rant every now and again, so I just felt, compelled to just let that out because I feel like, it's ridiculous to me that people complain about something not working, but they're not putting in the work to make it work. You can't complain about something not giving you results if you're not committed to it. What part of the game is that? And like I said, it's with whatever you're doing. It don't have to be trading and training with TeamAlliance. Whatever you're doing in life, you got to go all in. Stop half-stepping. You got one foot in, the other foot is out, is over here. No, you got to put both feet in. Both. All in. So anyway, did that answer yeah, that did answer the question. I forgot what the question was. But in any case, so I appreciate all of you, those of you who actually take time to watch these videos. I get very good feedback from you guys. You let me know that, there's value in the information that I put out, and I definitely appreciate that. I'm glad that I'm in position to help many of you just with information and with perspective. A lot of times it's just how you're looking at things. And someone that can help you to just turn that switch on and flip what you're thinking and to flip how you're seeing things could be the difference between, what may have happened in the future and what is going to happen in the future now, because you've actually transitioned into something more powerful. So that's what my prayer and my hope always is, that I'm able to help you guys with that through my content. So hopefully you enjoyed the educational content today and you got value from it. Of course, if you have an Ask Mark Anything question, you can post a reply underneath this video in the description box if you're looking at this on YouTube. The educational series playlist, the link for that is also underneath the video. Also, the one-a-day challenge, the link for that is under there. Any of you who want to get into training, you can text me 914-979-2317. Training is $35 a month. You can also reach me on Facebook. That's the fastest way to get in contact with me. Send me a friend request. Let me know that you want to get into training, and I'll get you set up ASAP. All right. Everyone else, continue to enjoy the educational content, and I will see you all soon. All right. Everybody be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance. I'll holler at y'all. Oh, I got some good content coming later on too. Tell you about my experience at Starbucks. It was a good one. This is a goodie. All right. Y'all enjoy it. Y'all have a good weekend. Peace.